What's going on, people? Welcome back to the channel. We are back again, live and direct this morning. I hope you guys are enjoying your morning so far. It is pretty windy outside. You have to be careful, boy. I'm telling you, that wind ain't messing around. Make sure we are hitting the like button. We are here to dive into the latest news surrounding Arsenal Football Club. As we usually do, No Signings FC back in the building. No Signings FC back. Here we are again, man. We're being linked with Kyle Walker-Peters, surprisingly. According to some of the reports, Arsenal do want to prioritize themselves a fullback. They want to get a fullback through the door. I thought Urian Timber was ready to come back in the next couple of weeks. What's going on? Where's Tomiyasu? Where are the Dons at? Zinchenko. We're looking at more fullbacks. Kyle Walker-Peters. This is bizarre, man. This is really bizarre. Guys, we're going to dive in. Big up every single one of you that are in the building. We appreciate you guys. Let's talk about this Martin Zubimendi deal. What's going on with Martin Zubimendi? We spoke about him the other day. It does look like Arsenal are prioritizing this one for the summer. £52 million. That's what we're going to trigger. That's what it seems to be. And this is kind of like the talk of the morning, to be quite fair. Obviously, we've got Victor Osimhen that we're going to be diving into. I mean, that's not happening. He's definitely choosing Chelsea over Arsenal, and most people would agree with that, I think. Big up every single one of you. Big up Naga, I see you, my guy. Big up A in the building. Big up Nor. Big up Tone. Oh, man, big up the real ones, man. Big up all the real ones in the building. But this Martin Zubimendi deal, Fabrizio Romano says, Arsenal fans have been asking me about Martin Zubimendi's situation once again, and some reports in Spain have claimed an agreement is already in place for the Real Sociedad midfielders to join the Gunners in the summer. However, my understanding remains that nothing is decided yet. Zubimendi is one of the players on Arsenal's list since last year, but the same is true for Amadou Onana and Douglas Luiz. So he's basically saying that we still are interested in these players. So nothing's done. You know, reports in Spain are telling us this one's done. The player has chosen Arsenal. No, he hasn't. Amadou Onana and Douglas Luiz still on the shortlist. I know there's some people in the chat that will prefer, you know, maybe one or two of these players due to the fact that they are Premier League proven with that experience. But, you know, they're two players that still remain appreciated at the Emirates Stadium, according to Fabrizio Romano. So anything can happen with this centre midfield position. It definitely looks like a position that Arsenal do want to fill. They want to get one of these type of players done. Listen, I'm sitting here trying to contemplate what type of background I want to put on. That's why I'm not even focused on what I'm reading. I'm just focused on the background. Big up every single one of you, man. What's Arsenal going to do in this window? Are Arsenal going to be active in this window? It just doesn't look like it, does it, ladies and gentlemen? It's really, 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 really disappointing me. I am really concerned, man. I don't know what's going on. I really don't know what's going on. Going to Arsenal is death trap. He won't come. Next minute, Zubimendi has signed for Barcelona. Yeah, that's what we'll be hearing. That's one of the reasons why he actually rejected us in the first place. Because I think we tried to launch a bid for him a little while ago, or we tried to reach out to his agent to get some sort of personal terms agreed or something along those lines, and he wanted Barcelona. I remember sharing that with you guys before. Another player is Joshua Zirkzee. As we do know, we spoke about him before. Arsenal have been linked with him for quite some time. He's definitely a good player. I told you guys before, he reminds me of João Felix. I think the false nine role will work well for him. Is he going to be a significant improvement on Jesus? No, not at this point. Is he really going to offer anything more than Jesus? No. Does his GA scream out goal scorer? No. So, I mean, when you do the eye test and you look at what type of qualities this player has, fantastic. You know, he's definitely someone that can come in. He could be a rotation for the number 9, or maybe as a number 8. He does look like a player that could play more on a central role that has a bit more freedom to roam forward and get into like attacking positions. Maybe that could work for him. I don't know. But it's like one thing that's also concerning me is that we're not really identifying players that are clinical, that are going to carry a team over a line. You know, when we see Benzema and that, we was like, yeah, gas. I'll take Benzema 6 months. We'll see what happens, you know, in the new season, whether we extend it, whether we get another player of a similar profile with a, you know, similar experience. You know, I'm open to that. That's what I'll take that path right now, because I want to win. I don't want to keep building on a project that we're just going to keep pushing for top 4. that's where I can see this ending. And that's where I can see this project leading us to, ladies and gentlemen. This will end up being Project Arsene Wenger again of the latter years of his career at Arsenal, whereby we'll just be a team that will be happy just to kind of push for top four. And as long as the fans suck that up, as long as the fans, accept that, that's what it will be. That's what it will be. And this is one of the reasons why the fans, everyone, has to have a certain standard. If you want Arsenal to be a Real Madrid, then you need to hold them to that standard. If you are happy with being a Tottenham, then you hold them to that standard. That's just how it works. You want to be a team that don't win any trophies? You want to be the FA Cup winning team? Is that what you want to be? What do you want to be as a football club? What do you want? What do you want your football club to be? And they're the questions that people need to ask themselves as fans of this football club. Because I was arguing with some guy online the other day. I wasn't even arguing, just like a little back and forth. I just tried to help him understand because he tried to call me a league gunner wannabe. He called me a league gunner wannabe because I basically wasn't happy with Arsenal spending £65 million on Kai Havertz, who last year was the worst finisher in the league. He was actually a worse finisher in front of goal than Bamford. Well, also, another two players included in that was Eddie Nketiah and Jesus. They went down as 2 of the 5, Havertz being number 1. They went down as 2 of the 5 to be the worst finishers out of all of the strikers in the Premier League last season. So I wasn't happy with that. How have you not identified that? Firstly, let's just look at that data for a minute. Look, I'm going to take it away from this Joshua Zirkzee thing right now, but it all kind of interlinks because I think Joshua Zirkzee is a good player, but he's not the guy that we need right now. Once the team is proven and it's consistently doing its thing, then you can look at the Joshua Zirkzees to then bring in, and you know what I mean, just the same way Man City have done that with Jeremy Doku. Like they're a stabilized ship. They can go for a Jeremy Doku who's got potential and bring him in. You understand? Jeremy Doku is not a guy that I would personally bring in to my team right now in Arsenal's current situation and hope that it's going to carry us over the line. No, we need to have a different plan to that. We need to have a more strategic plan. And we need to get the experience that have been there and done it. That's what you need to do. Players that have been there and done it. That's how you have to do it. When Pep Guardiola was putting together that Man City team, he was bringing in players that had been there and done it. The same with Bayern Munich. The same with all the other teams that he had managed. That's what you have to do. Anyhow, what I was going to quickly switch over to was this Kai Havertz situation, right? Because Kai Havertz, like as a manager, and this is what I wanted to say, as a manager, how have you not, let me get this on the screen quickly, how have you not been able to identify your 2 strikers, both of your strikers right now are 2 of the worst strikers in the league for scoring goals. That's what the data of last season proves. That's what the data of last season basically proves. That Eddie Nketiah and Jesus are in the top 5 attackers for not scoring goals, for being the worst strikers in the league, basically. Let's just get this on the screen. Where is it? And then the number one player in that on that list, who goes down as the worst striker in the Premier League, you go and sign. That baffles me. And because I let my feelings be known about that, this guy tried to call me a league gunner wannabe. I don't fucking get it, bro. I really don't get it. Let me find this thing though. Oh man, there it is. There it is. This is for last season, guys. For last season. So it's based on XG, underperformers. You know how these guys love to talk about XG. They love to talk about XG, bro. XG basically means chances created for that for that person, for that game, for that team, and whether the numbers add up to the conversion of those chances. That's all it is. That's all XG is. So on that basis, what this is indicating is that Kai Havertz, Eddie Nketiah, and Gabriel Jesus had a number of chances that they were given to score, but he couldn't score. That's what this proves. So the XG basically proves that, listen, these guys, Kai Havertz was given a number of opportunities to score, but he couldn't score. He only scored 7. So again, taking myself back to before we're signing Kai Havertz, and this is why you have to call the manager out. This is the reason why the manager's a fraud. You've already got 2 strikers in your team, the only 2 strikers in your team that, based on data, tell you that they can't score. Even though they're given chances to score, they can't score. So on that basis, you would then go and sign yourself a striker who can score. What Mikel Arteta decided to do, and let's not blame Edu here, let's not blame anyone else here, because Mikel Arteta decided he wanted Kai Havertz. What Mikel Arteta decided to do is, I'm going to go and I'm going to sign the worst finisher. I'm not going to get an improvement to help Eddie Nketiah and Jesus. I'm actually going to get a worst finisher, and I'm going to pay him 65 million. And I'm going to agree to sign off on a 280k a week per week contract, making him the highest earning player. And this Don Online, you're telling me this Don Online is now calling me the League Gunner wannabe. You're accepting that. How can you accept that? These sheep. But even that right there, that's a sackable offense. Even this right here, sackable offense. Straight up and down. You know, we've already got problems with the financial side of Kai Havertz still. Even if we didn't have FFP problems, the Arsenal fans still have problems with that the financial side of the Kai Havertz still. But now you look at more data. You look at more data, and the data starts to reveal you the true facts. And the facts of the matter is that the manager is too incompetent to understand what he is doing, or that what needs to be done. And therefore, he will make decisions like this and sign a player that is the worst finisher. And you know what? How they'll justify it, ladies and gentlemen. You know how they'll justify it? Oh, no, actually, I'm trying to play him as a number 8. And that makes matters worse. That makes matters worse because the guy is not a number 8. The guy has proven this season that he's not a number 8. So everything seems to have backfired here. Everything is backfiring with this Kai Havertz thing. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. They're switching back over to Joshua Zirkzee. Is this a player that's going to take Arsenal over the line? He plays for Bologna at the moment. That team. Good player. Like I said, resembles João Felix. But is he the type of guy we need right now? No. I'm starting to worry about whether Arsenal, especially when you're signing players like Kai Havertz and doing over 280k a week on his contract. I'm starting to worry. Well, I've already been worrying, but I'm now really like at red alert. I'm red alert whether these guys actually know how they're building or how to build a successful team and identifying the right players for now and what we're trying to do now. You know, Joshua Zirkzee could be good in 2-3 years. He could be a guy that could come in and add something a bit more than what, I don't know, Trossard or one of those dons are adding right now. But come on. We need to really be identifying the right players. And right now, Joshua Zirkzee, based on the characteristics, the personalities, and the talent we already have, he's not the right player, man. He's not the right player. You know, he's not the right player for me. We need a clinical striker. We need someone that is totally different to a Joshua Zirkzee. Ben Jacobs confirms that Arsenal are interested in signing the Bologna striker ahead of a possible move in the summer. So everything is about the summer. Nothing is happening. Nothing's happening. And that is the reason why you'll see that on the thumbnail, because nothing is happening, ladies and gentlemen. Arsenal and Man United are both tracking the Dutch forward with a view to the summer. He's on 7 goals in 15 games so far this season. That's pretty awesome. I didn't even know that, but still, it's pretty awesome. We'll see what at the end of the day, man. I'm just unsure over what Arsenal are doing moving forward at the moment. So I'm going to kind of question everything. You know, like when you're unsure about how this team or how this club are really trying to operate, I'm going to question everything. I'm going to scrutinize everything. And as I said, Joshua Zirkzee is a good guy, but is he the guy for us now? That is really the question that I'm looking for here. And I just don't think he is. I don't think he is. He'll end up coming in doing a Jesus and, you know, and maybe vanishing, especially if this manager continues to stay. Like, if this manager ain't fired, boy, it's gonna get hectic. It's gonna get hectic. As I was also saying as well, Arsenal are a self-sustainable business. We've been built over the past 20 plus years to be a self-sustainable business. If with Edu, with Mikel Arteta, and with Richard Garlick, with the way they've been driving this project, they're going to kill the business. They're going to kill the self-sustainable. They're going to kill that model, that business model. It can't work under these type of managers and these type of people because they don't have the brains. You know, you can't walk into a self-sustainable business model and expect that model to start operating like an oil-run company. It's not going to work like that. You know, it's not going to work like that. And then you've got to think. You also have these rules that you need to abide by. So again, you've got self-sustainable. You've got these business rules that you need to abide by to make sure the business keeps its lights on, because it ain't that type of business. And then you've got the Premier League rules and regulations, UEFA rules and regulations. I don't think any of these guys have actually brought themselves up to speed with any of that information. They've just gone out there with their dad's credit card and they've just gone splash, 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 splash without knowing the consequence for their actions, literally. And they've put us in this hole. Now we've got this PSR situation. Can't even buy players. A team like Arsenal just spent 100 million on Declan Rice. We can't buy players. Fuck it, that was crazy. It is crazy, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely crazy. And then we've got the situation with Nuno Tavares. Nuno Tavares is still here. Yeah, Nuno Tavares. Apparently, Nottingham Forest want to terminate Nuno Tavares' loan agreement because they are on the verge of getting Giovanni Reyna. Dortmund's attacking midfielder. I think he is number 8, number 10 type player. He's a good player. His dad used to play for Manchester City back in the day. I think his dad was Claudio. But you know, Nottingham Forest, they're a team that are being scrutinized by FFP, but they're finding a way. They're finding a way. Why are Nottingham Forest finding a way? Tell me, why are Nottingham Forest finding a way? Are they backing their manager? Seems like they are backing their manager, isn't it? It seems like they are backing their manager. But I'm just confused, bro. I swear down, I'm seriously confused. Like, you start listening to what's being said, and you're trying to just comprehend all this information, and it just doesn't make any fucking sense at times. It doesn't make any sense, man. Nottingham Forest. Let's just deep this. Let's put this on the screen. They want to terminate. Nottingham Forest want to terminate this guy's contract, right? This loan agreement that they've got. Cool. But let's just think about what the process that Nottingham Forest have been through. Nottingham Forest got promoted a little while ago. Last season, yeah. Beginning of the last season would have been the first season Nottingham Forest would have been back in the league. Now we remember what Nottingham Forest done, innit? We remember what Nottingham Forest done. Nottingham Forest went and done a mad thing with their players. They overhauled their whole squad in one season. 25 players they brought in. Can you believe that, ladies and gentlemen? Nottingham Forest, I call them Nottingham. It's Nottingham. Nottingham. Yeah? I call them Nottingham. Nottingham Forest, they brought in 25 players in one summer. Now, of course, it was a mad thing for them because how can you adapt 25 players? It's crazy. You kept maybe like 1 or 2, maybe 3 of those championship players that were leaders in the dressing room, and you chucked in another 25 man or 23 man. So they found it difficult, but they survived. They didn't get relegated, but manager got eventually sacked, as we saw this season. And they still went and got some players this season. Now they've been looked at by FFP. FFP are on their necks. FFP are ready to give these guys point deductions potentially. FFP are ready to give these guys fines. Like, this is literally FFPFC. Like, this is Nottingham Forest are FFPFC. Them and Everton are they're done for. They're done for. However, they're still out here finding a way. Signing Giovanni Reina is massive for Nottingham Forest. They've got FFP on their necks. They've got FFP on their necks, but they are still finding a way to sign big names. Trust me, it goes to show you, like, where we're at with Miss Mikel Arteta project. Like, if that's not enough to show you where we're at, then I don't know what is going to be enough, because the data and everything tells you. Right now, there has been no strategic plan going into January to try and alleviate any pressure and back Mikel Arteta with finances, back him with a striker. We've seen the data on Kai Havertz just now. We've seen the data on Jesus. We've seen the data on Eddie Nketiah. And you're telling me that these guys, these strategic thinkers, and I'm talking about KSC, because KSC is a big organization. Let's not get it twisted. These strategic thinkers are not putting together a plan for their beloved manager. Their generational manager. They're not putting together a plan to get him what he needs in this January window. That doesn't sit right with me. That makes me believe that they're not backing this manager. This is the season where you have to deliver. No if, buts, maybes, no context, no nothing. I need delivery. Special delivery this season. Yeah? It needs to be hot. It needs to be straight out the oven to my front door. Yeah? That's what I'm expecting the mentality to be from these owners at this moment in time. And we've got all the data, we've got all the context. I've given it to you guys on a platter over the past couple of days. Okay? It doesn't sit right with me. It doesn't make sense to me as to why Nottingham Forest are out here signing Giovanni Reina, signing a next on as well. On top of that, okay, I don't care if it's loans. There are options in there. There will be options in there. Giovanni Reina is not joining Nottingham Forest on a loan for 6 months to go back to Dortmund. There's options in there. But they've got a plan to make it happen. Even though these men have just brought in 23 man. It's probably more than 23 man now, if you include the summer we've just had. How many players have Nottingham Forest brought in? A team that have been sitting in the championship for how many years? We've been a team swinging top 4 for 20 plus years. Oh, but because we haven't won the Premier League, guys believe that, oh no, it's a process, guys. We've got to wait 4, 5, 6, 7 years. Remember, Arsene Wenger finished 6th. Arsene Wenger finished 6th when he left. 6th. You're telling me we've spent over £1 billion, 6 years, and we've only moved up 4 places in the league. You've only moved up 4 places in the league. But guys, it's a process. You have to wait, guys. You have to be patient, guys. You've got to wait. Who are we waiting for? We're waiting for Mikel Arteta to understand what he's doing. Is that what we're waiting for? Who are we waiting for? You understand? Who are we waiting for? Mikel Arteta to finally realise or finally understand what he's actually doing. We're hoping that Mikel Arteta finally wakes up one day and knows how to do it all. Is that what we're waiting for? Or do we... Come on, bruv. So this season is going to tell me a lot, right? This season is going to tell me a lot about Arsenal and about the owners at Arsenal Football Club. It's going to tell me a lot about KSC in general. Or do KSC mean business? Do KSE want to win the Premier League? Do KSE want to win major honours with this club? Because this is the season where we as fans will be able to determine if those owners seriously mean business. That's it. That's it. That's it. This is the season. Because if they decide that they want to give Mikel Arteta a new contract, that means to me that they are happy to just be a top 4 team. If fans then don't start demanding, this is the reason why the fans need to level the standards. Because if we settle for this project being a top 4 project, yeah, and KSE are happy just to do that, because look, there's 2 ways you can think of this. There's either KSE want to be the best in the world, or KSE don't mind keeping you financially invested by manipulating the situation. PR, marketing, media, all of that. That's what they will use to keep sheep in line, and they'll keep them financially invested. And as long as they keep you financially invested, they don't need to win a league, because they got you idiots buying every single thing that they need you to buy. Yeah, come over to America in the summer. $900 for 1 ticket for 1 game for 1 person. Come on over. Welcome, guys. Yeah, $20 just for a lager. Yeah, go out there and buy it. 20 million people out there shaking a leg in America, in Los Angeles, living. Okay, obviously 20 million, probably over-exaggerated, but you know what I mean. At least 500,000 to a million. Crazy numbers, crazy numbers. You add up, you do the maths. Just for 1 little tour. Yeah? Okay. Or do they actually really mean business? Because if they really mean business, then they will not extend this guy's contract if he doesn't win the Premier League this season, or if he doesn't win the Champions League, and they will go and get us a manager that can. And that's it. There should be no if, buts, or maybes. Oh, but he's taken us where? He's taken us back to where Arsene Wenger left us. Yeah, we've been 6 years since then. We've been £1 billion plus into the project since then. We've had Lundberg and Unai Emery since then. Oh, we ain't got time, bro. We've only moved up 4 spaces in the league since then. In fact, people feel like it's more because Mikel Arteta took us so far back. The only manager that took us that far back, man had us 15th in the league. 15th. Oh, get out of it. So on that basis, people think, oh, process, get behind it. Oh, he's doing this fantastic job. He's got us back in the Champions League. But he's the guy that took us out of it, more or less. He took us out of European football altogether. So, like, come on, man. These men are clowns, blood. So, again, a little rant there. You got your little waffle session there, because you always get one once a day. But, again, there's always something to give you these waffle sessions. You know, Nottingham Forest, bro. Nottingham Forest, the team that have just literally come into the league, brought in over 40 different players. They're now going for Giovanni Reina and the next on, even though they're the most scrutinized team in the league over FFP, but they're managing to figure it out. And Arsenal was sitting here looking to take Nuno Tavares back and say, oh, Marseille, do you want him? Here you go, Marseille. Yeah, you can have him back. Give us a little loan fee. We need a little loan fee. Give us a little loan fee. Come on. We need a little loan fee. 500 grand? What are you giving us? Come on, man. It's a joke, blood. It's a joke. That's a fucking joke. This ain't a proper club. This ain't a well-run club when you think about it. And it can be. We've got everything. Like we know, we've got the resources for this club to be. Come on, man. Arsene Wenger, this is why you have to respect Arsene Wenger. Forget the league positions and forget what happened in his last couple of years at Arsenal Football Club. The context is key for Arsene Wenger. And if you can't take in that context and understand it and literally have some empathy, then you are a fucking fraud. Yeah? And that's it. That's it. At the end of the day, Arsene Wenger has taken this club to a next level. The club's at a level where a West Ham isn't. So how have a West Ham got a better attacking front three or overall a better attacking threat than Arsenal? West Ham are not that team. With all due respect to West Ham. Newcastle are not that team. With all due respect to them. Do you understand? They're not those type of teams. That's why Newcastle, they've got Arabs. They've got Arabs coming in, right? Yeah, everyone expects Newcastle to be the splashing the cash, but they can't splash the cash. Because over the years, they've been a fucking championship team. Your books don't match up to Arsenal's books. We can't increase the value of this operation unless you get results, my friend. Now, well done to Newcastle last season, but what's happening to them now? They can't continue to increase the value of the operation if they can't continue to get the results. It doesn't work. Man City cooked their books to do what they've done now. So we understand where Man City are at. Arsenal have never had to do that. Thank you to Arsene Wenger. He's the one that made us who we are today. So why are we sitting there talking about a 4-year, 6-year, 5-year process? Doesn't make any sense. You're bullshitting us. That's what you're doing. You're just bullshitting us to either buy yourself more time or just to be content with who we are, but you want to PR us because you know there will be fans that won't settle for that shit. So you want to PR us and keep us financially invested that way. And that's what they do. Like I said, back to my point, this will be the season where us fans, everyone in this chat, everyone watching this stream right now, will know if these owners mean business. I've backed KSC. I have backed KSC all of the way. When everybody was online talking shit about KSC, I was there backing these dons, giving man the true facts of the matter, giving man the situation that took place. Hence why Arsenal have stagnated. Hence why we are in this situation. It wasn't as bad as people made out. But of course, not winning the league for 20 years is when you look at it from that perspective, it's like, whoa, what's been happening? But when you look at the data in between, it's not as bad as man think it is. It's just that fans were sick and tired of being that club. And that's where the standards needed to be raised. But guess what? Everyone's brought the standards back down. Everyone's brought the standards back to being that club. No one's raised the standards. Everyone's accepted those standards. But all that's changed is the face. And that's Arsene Wenger and Arteta. Nothing's changed. The only difference is now is that we've got more money being pumped into the business. So this is what people don't really get. And this is the reason why, if you continue with the operation, we're going to be in dire need of some help. Because it's a self-sustainable business. And what Stan Kroenke and them man have done is they've increased the value. They've increased the value of the operation by 50, 60%. So that's even more significant to what Arsene Wenger was handling and managing. How the hell are these men going to manage it? These men can't manage it. And that's the reason why we've got PSR problems right now. Profitability and sustainability. Come on, you can't increase the value. What Stan Kroenke and that have done is fantastic. What they've done is extremely, is so beneficial for the football club. And we was able to do it off the back of the hard work that Arsene Wenger had done for 20 plus years, regardless if he won a league or not. This is what people are not comprehending. However, now they've increased the value of the operation, but instead of giving the tools to the right manager, like a Carlo Ancelotti that would have won us probably 2 Premier Leagues, 3 Premier Leagues by now in this 6 years, no, they've given it to an inexperienced fraud who's learning on the job. He doesn't even know what he's doing. 4 years into the project, and we're more or less in debt because we can't even spend any money. And people tell me there's no problem. Fucking hell, this club's in serious problems, bro. And again, the reason for this rant is because we've got Nottingham Forest that have been a championship team for fucking 20 years. 20 plus years. And they've just walked into the Premier League, overhauled their squad with 25 plus players, and they're still adding quality to their team now. And they're telling Arsenal, you know what, Arteta, you see your Don, your shitty Don that you brought to the Premier League, have him back. He's awful. He's shit. Now, context. You want to talk about context? There you go. There's context for you. Fucking hell, blood. This club will drive me. This club will be the death of me, bro. I'm telling you. Big up Rock, man. Nothing but love and respect to you, my G. Do appreciate you. I do apologize for reading your super chat so late, man. I'm flipping now, just rambling on. It gets like that. Seriously, that deal dodgy as you know. Bro, I'm telling you, man. I am telling you, it is crazy out here, man. Sorry, guys, man. Like, this is the season anyway, man. Like, this is the season because we can't have it anymore. We can't have it anymore. We can't be that. The guy that I was having a little debate with, yeah, he was trying to tell me he would be happy to extend Mikel Arteta's contracts because he's got us back into the Champions League. That was literally what he said. And this is not a little kid. I'm not talking about a 6-7-year-old kid. This is a a 27-year-old Don. He's got pictures standing in the stadium now. He's a 27, 28, maybe even 30-year-old Don. He's telling me he would extend Arteta's contract because he's got us back into the Champions League. How are these guys been programmed to think this way? It's fucking crazy, bro. It is mad. It is mad. Oh, man. Bro, you know, like that, bro, I swear, Dan, Arsenal are just consuming all my energy right now. Saka's older brother. Where's the mods, man? Get this guy out of it. I don't know what he's doing. You don't need to be in here doing that, bro. Just be civilized, man. You want to engage with the community, engage with the community, man. You don't need to put stupid comments in. Big up Steve. He says, get Ancelotti, Simeone, or Zidane, and you win yourself a title. I mean, this is what you need. You just need real guys, man. Like, I understood the employment at first, but you know, when you really deep it, it's like, I understand you now. And you are the same guy who you are now, who you was as a player. You know, you was a nobody as a player. With all due respect, he was a nobody player. He had his best spell of his career, more or less, at Arsenal, where he won 2 FA Cups. He has done nothing as a player. He doesn't reach the heights of any of the elite, nowhere near. You know, he was a good leader. I can say that. That's one thing I would say about Mikel Arteta as a player. He was a good leader, especially in his latter years. In his latter years, he seemed like a more put-together leader to me. But other than that, he had a bit of tech. Let's not take that. He had a bit of tech. He could shoot. There were things that Mikel Arteta had. I don't want to write this guy all off, right? But you know what I mean. You know what I mean. In terms of like the guys out there, Mikel Arteta wasn't that. You know, and right now, what he's proven as a manager is to be that. You're not Xabi Alonso. You're not that. Now, I don't want to really put Xabi Alonso on right now. But come on. As a player, he wasn't that. We know what Xabi Alonso was as a player, and what he's demonstrating and illustrating as a manager right now, yeah, it seems to be that of what he was as a player, world class. Now, obviously, if he gets over the line with Bayern Leverkusen, then it says all you need to know. It says all you need to know. He identified the right players, and he gave Bayern Munich a run for their money with a team that would have been deemed, you know, a 4th, 5th, maybe 6th place finishing team, and he's gone and won the league with them. So, you know, when you bring it all into context, again, there you have it, man. There you have it. Anyway, big up all the people in the chat, man. Make sure we're just trying to deal with these mods. I need mods in the building trying to deal with these guys. We've got someone switching accounts, doing some idiotic stuff in the chat right now. No way are they happy with top 4. Arsenal ID is like 10 Hag's. This is what I'm saying. Big up A9. Like, when you think about it, you see when people say, oh, well, because people still say it today. One thing I've never heard them to say it is about Ten Hag. Nobody says it about Ten Hag. Nobody. Everybody uses Arteta as, oh, he come from the Pep. He come from the Pep group. He come from underneath Pep. So everyone kind of says, oh, well, because he's got that experience from being underneath Pep, he must be. Why has no one ever used that for Ten Hag then? Why has no one ever used that for Ten Hag? Because before Ten Hag went to Ajax and done everything he'd done in Ajax, he was the assistant manager to Pep Guardiola at Bayern Munich. So why is no one using that as a way of saying, no, actually Ten Hag can do a job at Man United? Because he was also a part of the setup at Bayern Munich with Pep Guardiola. So he worked with Pep Guardiola for 3 years as an assistant manager. So there's no, I didn't even to Ajax and proved himself. So he has some kind of right to be given time at Manchester United. Let's be honest. But what fucking living right does Mikel Arteta have to be given this much time at Arsenal? Nothing whatsoever. So that's what I'm saying. People don't have the same energy. People are flip-flops online. People are flip-flops in the media. People are contradictionary online, and so are they in the media. And there's no one there to call these people out. No one there. So here I am holding these frauds accountable. That's all it is. Oh, but you're trying to be League Gunner. You're a League Gunner wannabe. I'm not a League Gunner wannabe, bro. I've been holding these standards ever since I've been an Arsenal fan. I've always wanted to win at Arsenal. That's all I've kind of known with Arsenal. Even when we had our bad moments in, 2010, 2011, 2012, that period there, a part of me still felt like, no, we're winning. We should be winning. The way I feel now is how I felt then. I was embarrassed. I couldn't believe Arsenal were going through that process. I didn't even understand it then. I only started understanding it and really investigating and researching this type of stuff from like 2015, 2016. And that's when I've been heavily investigating and putting these dots together. But bro, it's been an absolute joke, man. It's been an absolute joke. This Arteta rides can't ride. We can't sit on this train for any longer, man. This train is going to crash. It's gonna come off the rails. We're gonna crash, bro, and that's what's gonna happen. End of the season, we walk away with nothing again. I hope that's not the case, but there's nothing giving me anything more than that, mate. Nothing giving me anything more than that. But anyway, let's talk about Victor Osimhen before we wrap this up. Big up every single one of you guys in the building. Much appreciate you guys. Hit the like button, all of that type of stuff. Victor Osimhen, is he coming to Arsenal? No, he's not coming to Arsenal, in my opinion. I don't think Arsenal, if Arteta, listen, one thing we're going to have to say now is Arteta spending £105 million on Declan Rice and not being able to return the investment, no ROI whatsoever. You can't, come on, you're expecting, especially as an owner, and you're spending £100 million on a player. I've just spent £100 million on a player, breaking records for the amount of money this club has spent in its history of a football club, bringing in one of the best holding DMs. And again, I'm looking from a manager's perspective, not I'm looking from a business owner's perspective. Sorry, not a fan's perspective. We spent £100 million. We've brought in the best holding player in the world, or one of the best in the world, and we've got worse. We haven't seen a return, none whatsoever. Not player sales, not even a trophy, not even a final. Because remember, a final, getting to the finals and getting further in competitions actually generates you more money. So getting knocked out on the third round and the fourth round of the FA Cup, it's not good for business. It's not good for business. So therefore, that has to be taken into consideration. Sorry. So on that basis, what I'm kind of leading to here is, do you think I, as an owner, are going to trust to give you £100 million to spend on a player again? Come on, ladies and gentlemen. That's how it works, man. You ain't giving me a return after I've just spent £100 million on a player. Flipping hell, do you really think I'm going to give you £100 million to spend on a player again? No. So if Arteta stays and then you start seeing us sign players for like 30, 40 million, we're not signing no big dons anymore. We're not going for the big targets. And Declan Rice was the last of that. Then just know it's because of the Mikel Arteta and Edu's mismanagement of money. Financial mismanagement. That's what's happened there as well. It's fucking hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. So on that basis, can we actually say that Arsenal are going to sign Victor Osimhen for £100 million? No way. No way. Remember, this is a self-sustainable business. You need to bring ROI. We need ROI. Hey, man, people don't understand how it works, boy. This is what I'm saying. Mikel Arteta under pressure, bro. You ain't getting the support that Nottingham Forest are getting. Or what Nuno Santo's getting at Nottingham Forest. He ain't getting that type of support. I mean, there's even an article here saying Team Talk have been informed that Mikel Arteta is willing to wait until the summer to bring in the perfect forward at Arsenal. A more likely addition for this month would be a defender who has the ability to play all across the back four. Man wants to defend for his life. He's defending for his life. He's defending for his job, isn't he? Because he knows, but if he... Oh, man. Arteta. It's fucking squarehead, bruv. Proper squarehead. Fabrizio Romano says Victor Osimhen will complete the season at Napoli and then will leave in the summer. He believes his cycle at Napoli after a great success there is done. Chelsea will be in the conversation as he's always been highly rated there. Keep an eye out on Arsenal too. Gas. while there is also going to be interest from Saudi again. Let's see how it goes, but he confirmed he will be available in the market this summer, and he is keen to try a new experience. So, Victor Osimhen will be made available. Will Arsenal be signing him? No. We are not signing Victor Osimhen. We are not signing him. We're looking at Dominic Solanke. We're going to be looking at, who else we're going to be looking at? Dominic Solanke. Callum Wilson. Callum Wilson probably be the top of the list. But Callum Wilson, maybe Patrick Bamford. I mean, he's done better than Kai Havertz in front of goal in a season where he actually got relegated, by the way. Imagine that, being number one on the list of players for being the worst attackers in the league. And there was players on that list that actually got relegated that season. It's embarrassing. And this manager went and actually spent £65 million on this stuff. Oh, people will say, right, oh, but you can't blame Arteta for the money. One thing we have to really establish here is that Edu, Mikel Arteta, and Richard Garlick work as a trio. These three work as a trio. So when Mikel Arteta says to Edu, listen, I want Victor Osimhen, you better go and get me him now. Edu's job is just to go and connect that relationship. It's to reach out to Victor Osimhen and his agent and say, listen, we're really interested in you. Connect with my manager. My manager is Mikel Arteta. Mikel Arteta's job will then be to sell the vision. At the same time, Edu and Richard Garlick will be trying to understand the financial side of this deal. But once they do get an understanding of the financial side of the deal, what do you think they'll go and do? Do you think they'll just authorize it and get it done? Or do you think they'll go to Mikel Arteta, they'll have a meeting, and they'll all sit down and say, look, this is what we've come to. This is the type of deal that they want. This is the type of money that they want. It can work, but X, Y, and Z needs to be achieved. That they will have to look at those things. They will have to look at the projected figures, and they will have to look at the forecast and say, listen, X, Y, and Z has to be achieved. This could potentially happen if we make this happen. However, what are you saying? So Mikel Arteta ultimately will get it done. So anyone that sits there and says, oh, it's not on Mikel Arteta about the finances, yes, it is on Mikel Arteta about the finances. It is. He gives the final say. You don't just say, oh, I want that player, and then one day the player just walks through the door and the player's there. Oh, the player's here. Oh, wonderful. Oh, you've done your job. Fantastic. And I, as a manager, have no understanding or knowledge about the financial, the financial element. My job is on the line with these financial decisions. He has to be involved in the financial element of things. He has to sign off. They have to look at the pros and the cons. They have to look at all of the things that could potentially go wrong. They have to look at all of the things that could potentially go right before they decide to sign off on this deal. So for them not to actually stumble across this information that we've actually spoken about today, where Kai Havertz is the worst striker in the Premier League based on last season's data. And in fact, two other players that we had fighting up front last season are also on that list. But then you still go and sign the Kai Havertz to bring in to partner the. That's the feeling. Rip your hair out, bro. It doesn't make any sense. And anyone backing that? Clown, sheep. Don't have a clue. Don't have a clue. Nonsense. He saved us a ton of money when he rips up contracts. How did Barca get 16 million for Oba in 6 months? He got 0 for Pepe, and Emery got 40 for Iwobi. It's crazy. Don't give Arteta a dime. Sack him. He squandered 700 million. He can't sell his dross. No returns. 0 EPL Cup. 0 UCL Cups. This is Arteta's nobody legacy, including Edu and the worst lawyer in Britain, Garlic Breath. Arteta has much more power than people think. Exactly. That's why he was promoted to be the manager. He is Arsene Wenger, man. So again, when it comes to looking at the numbers, the financial numbers, Mikel Arteta is 100% involved in that. And he will definitely be in the manager, be in his team, be in his project. This isn't Edu's project. This isn't Richard Garlick's project. This isn't even KSE's project. They're just funding the project in that sense. This is Mikel Arteta's project. Mikel Arteta had the presentation. Mikel Arteta sold the vision to KSE. Mikel Arteta sold them the ideas. This is Mikel Arteta's project. He calls the shots. It's not fucking rocket science. Why do people think, no, Mikel Arteta is a little yes man sitting there? No, Mikel Arteta is the green light man. Edu and Richard Garlick are the yes men. They need to make sure they can get it done for Arteta. If they can't get it done, he's pissed. He's pissed. The only way Arteta is limited and restricted is if the finances are not managed correctly. He is down to managing those finances with Edu and Richard Garlick. It's their job to do that. We are in this PSR position right now, profitability and sustainability situation, because of this project, because of their mismanagement of money. Identifying players that we can't even sell on for a profit. The only person that Mikel Arteta has brought in out of his own players that he has been able to sell for a profit is Matt Turner. And guess what? That profit was £2 million. You hear what I'm saying now? Okay. Okay. Anyway, guys, wrapping this up. It's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you so much. I do apologize for not really running through the comments. Today's it's always a waffle session, you know. Waffle in a good way, obviously, but you know, that's what it is. Waffle sessions, blah. That's what we call it. We call it waffle sessions, blah. Yeah, your fraud uncle. Yeah, that's what we are, bro. Come on, come on. Anyway, big up everyone in the chat. Make sure we are hitting the like button. Do subscribe to the channel if we are new. Gonna wrap this up. We will be back again, obviously, so make sure you stay tuned. Big up Hybe's local badger. Big up Elder. Big up Naga Chili. Big up Naga Chili. You know, man says, man, his name's Naga Channel. I called him Naga Chili. You know, I love a Naga Chili. Anyway, big up A9. Big up Rizzo in the building. Big up Joe. Is he good? Yeah, he's 100% good, my guy. He is 100% good. Big up Martin as well. He says, I would have signed Tony and Flavich in the summer, sell Nketiah, put Jesus on the flank, or as an attacking mid, and that's it. We need goal scorers. Exactly. It is 100%, 110%. Arteta mismanaged the money with signing flop, so I think we might have to wait longer to get an EPL title, says DS Electronics. I have to agree with that as well. And if, like I said to you guys the other day, if Mikel Arteta and Edu got fired today, the new manager that comes in has a mad job in his hands. He has a mad job in his hands. Some of that pressure will be alleviated by the club, but just know a new manager coming into Arsenal Football Club, the main focus would have to be, most probably have to be, selling at least 2 of their star players, especially if the manager wants finances. We're self-sustainable. It can't work any other way based on where this project has financially led us. Yeah, we'll get money for Champions League and all of that. I guess that in the new season will kind of cover up and balance some of the losses that we've been taking for this project. But as an owner, can you consistently keep taking those losses and can consistently keep hoping that Champions League football or, you know, top 4 is going to kind of help balance it in the new year? Nah, man, that's not sustainable, is it? That's just detrimental to the future of the football club. And it means that we won't be a Bayern Munich or a Real Madrid or a Man City, which is exactly what we want to be. Anyway, on that bombshell, make sure you hit the like button. Do subscribe to the channel if we are new. Turn your notification bells on, all that type of stuff. I look forward to seeing you guys on the next one. Peace. Be you. You, yeah. I'm talking to you, blood. I need you to hit the like button. Be you. You, yeah. I'm talking to you, blood. I need you to hit the like button.